The flat spin 360. Often imagined,
position, 6 feet 1 inches, number 0, the other guard, 6 feet 1 inches, number 3, that's small forward.
Welcome, and nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Kevin, thanks.
Thanks, David. Now let's take a look at the top rookies in the league. Our rankings here for the race for Rookie of the Year. Distinction every young player would love to have. Not in the top 5 currently, but he's amidst some terrific talent nonetheless, and there's still plenty of time for him.
And there are a bunch of rookies who look like they have very good careers ahead of them.
Well, that would be the indication so far. I mean, they've contributed to their teams instantly at the start of the season.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. We've got Will Barton. Luwawu is out there with Mo Wagner. Then there's Harrell, and it's Murray in at the point. And for the Rockets, Andre Drummond is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Okoro. Then there's Terry Rozier, and it's Maxey in at the point guard position. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Off target with his 3. Murray right side. Count that one. Murray's got the game going here with the first basket for Boston.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
Yeah, I'm curious to see which team is able to dictate the pace tonight as well as the style of play.
We've got 1:08 left here in the opening quarter. That one good for 2.
And that's just how you draw it up. As easy as a look as they could find.
And Murray's got the ball here for Boston. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And that was not an easy game for them. I mean, they barely hung on at the end of regulation before they were able to pull it out in overtime.
They got that little burst of energy in the extra period. Once they survived regulation, they were not going to let this one slip away.
And Drummond throws it down.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Barton, no luck.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, you're just predictable.
Now here's Harrell. Goes back up. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
The putback. Rebound, Boston. Pass to Murray. Over Maxey. They get the rebound. Harrell off with the layup. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
Now they're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, and looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Celtics lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from And regarding the mental aspect of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo had this to...
Definitely the game has slowed down a lot for me. I'm able to know where my team is going to be. I'm able to get to my spots and I know my spot.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Well, setting the pace early, aggressive mind state. I love their approach so far.
On the floor for Boston, Collins is out there with Giles. Then it's Jones. Then it's Johnson. And it's Murray in at the 2.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Ingram drawing the double team. Here's Lawrence. Sinks the triple.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game, but you can see why after that sequence.
Giles kicks to Jones. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Rockets trail by 5. Bounce pass Ingram. Smith. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. Smith's got 4 points in the quarter. And it's Jones with the ball for the Celtics. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
Yeah, for sure. This is a team that feels like they should never be swept in the season series by anyone, but especially when it comes to one of the heavy hitters from the other conference.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Drops in the tray.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Count it, good. Smith's got 6 points.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
And here's Johnson outside. Rockets with the rebound. 1 second left. And so it's Boston with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
And fellas, Jamal Murray is an out-and-out scorer. Running off screens or off the bounce, he's always in attack mode. Kenny, what stands out in his game?
I like his growth as a passer. You know, he asked, said, hey, is he a 2? Is he a 1?
And now with the second half about...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we've seen from Jones.
But really, the numbers aren't gaudy. They don't stick out, but his energy and impact does.
You're right. Go in the locker room, ask anyone on his team. He's not worried about statistics as much as he is about winning.
The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble from three and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at the Rockets. Maxey out there with Rozier. Then there's Andre Drummond. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Okoro in at the three, the small forward. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, if you just look for a few minutes at Giannis Antetokounmpo on the court, you know why he's called the Greek Freak. But it's the drive that makes him an MVP. He said, people try to make it complicated. Life is simple. You know what you want, go get it. Do what it takes every day, and don't lie to yourself. Guys, I hope you understand I'm being truthful in all of these reports. Back to you.
Love the intensity. David, thank you. And a new group in for the Celtics. Bradley's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Collins comes in for Mo Wagner. Johnson, he's checked in for Barton. And Jones subbed in for Murray. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Just simply overpowers the defense. Giannis flexing the muscles he's added to that near 7-foot frame.
Ingram, he's checked in for the Rockets. That's good from Antetokounmpo.
Well, that's big free throws from a player they depend on in those situations.
Jones against Ingram. Johnson, the pass to Collins. Jones for three. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Romero. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Rockets shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. Boston making a switch here. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. From deep, Collins. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. The Rockets on top as they end the third quarter on a 12-3 run. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And for Houston, they're shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. On the court right now for the Celtics, we've got Murray. Collins is out there with Johnson. Then there's Bradley, and it's Luwawu in at the shooting guard position. Clock at 6, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Man, with that skill set at 6'11", Giannis might be the toughest guard in the league.
Maxey's checked in for Ingram. Harry Giles is checked in for the Celtics.
And that was huge right there. Just as cool as he could be. And he's been clutch at the line there in a very tense moment.
It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Bradley.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make when he plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
From deep. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Giannis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. 1:07 left in the 4th quarter of this one. The rebound by Giles. Boston trails by 3. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Murray. Fires from deep. It falls! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Timeout called, the Rockets. The score knotted at 31. 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Jamal Murray.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he could be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, the Rockets coach had some words for his team during the timeout. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
For 3, Murray, it's in! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
And with Murray, you have an all-around scorer, someone who feels comfortable shooting from just about any spot on the court.
Timeout called, the Rockets. There's 14 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pulls up, high post. Oh, missed it. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. So the Rockets win the tip, and away we go here with post-regulation basketball. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the court right now for the Celtics. Mo Wagner out there with Luwawu. Then it's Will Barton. Then there's Murray. And Harrell's in at the center position. Murray finds Barton to the inside. Over to the wing. Shoots. Murray, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Maxey, no good on the 3. Celtics on offense.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
Oh, you're right. Time is of the essence. You got to move.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Hey, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
And here's Rozier. He brings it up for Houston. The lead is 2. Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Well, ball handlers like Rozier lift the whole team. I mean, his personality and attitude keep morale high through the entire game. But those are big. I mean, turns into a 2-possession game.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. 15 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
Yeah, time is of the essence. Basket and a foul, that's got to be the game plan.
Got it.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ball game.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 4. 8 seconds left in overtime. Guys, what do you think?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
Yeah, time is of the essence. Basket and a foul, that's got to be the game plan.
So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Giannis coming off a loss in the last game. How did you all bounce back tonight?
I think we just played hard. Just tried to get back on track. We trusted one another, moved the ball really well, and I think we got back to our old habit. Start defending and helping one another on defense.
One example of old habits not being bad, right? Congrats on the win. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.